You are wearing something right now. You put it on without thinking. You have done it every single day of your life. But for most of human existence, your ancestors did not, and when they finally started, the reason had almost nothing to do with temperature. The story you were taught is simple. Humans got cold. Humans found fur. Humans survived. But that version leaves out everything that actually matters. Go back 300,000 years. Your ancestors were living in sub-Saharan Africa. The climate was warm, and they were almost entirely unclothed, not because they were primitive, because they did not need to be covered. Natural selection had already stripped away body hair and replaced it with millions of sweat glands, a body built for endurance in the heat that functioned best with as little covering as possible. So what changed? The first real evidence of clothing comes not from the clothes themselves, which rot and vanish, but from lice. Specifically, the moment body lice diverged from head lice. Mark Stoneking, a geneticist at the Max Planck Institute, led a landmark study on this. Body lice live only in clothing. Head lice live only in hair. When body lice first appeared as a separate subspecies, humans had started wearing clothes regularly enough for a new parasite to evolve just to live in them. The date came back, somewhere between 83,000 and 170,000 years ago. And that date does not align with a sudden cold snap. It aligns with migration. Your ancestors were pushing north into environments they had never seen. Clothing made that possible. But not only physically. The anthropologist Alfred Kruber noted that even in equatorial societies, where temperature is never a concern, body covering is universal. Every culture covers something. Because clothing does something warmth cannot. It marks you. It tells others who you belong to, what role you play, whether you are a friend or a stranger. Your ancestors did not just wear pelts to stay warm. They wore specific pelts in specific ways that announced something to every person who saw them. The archaeologist Francesco De Rico has documented ochre body paint and decorated animal skins going back at least 100,000 years. These are not survival tools. They are identity markers. Clothing sat in the same category from the very beginning. And then there is something deeper. The psychologist Paul Rosen at the University of Pennsylvania found that the unclothed body, in certain contexts, triggers a discomfort response that goes beyond social rules. His research suggests clothing functions as existential armor. It lets you walk through the world as a person, a self, an identity, rather than as an animal, rather than as something temporary. The groups that survived the migration out of Africa were not just the warmest, they were the most socially sophisticated. Clothing was one of their earliest shared signals. A hide worn in a specific way was not just warmth, it was a password, a flag, a statement of belonging. Think about the last time you felt underdressed, not cold, underdressed. That quiet anxiety is ancient. It is the same social radar that kept your ancestors alive in groups that could expel you for breaking shared rules. You got dressed this morning without thinking about any of this. But the impulse behind that act is 170,000 years old, and it was never really about the cold.